Welcome, my name is Matt, aka Road Jedi 88. We are getting into The Legend of Zelda 1986, Dungeon the Snake. In this first room, this green room, we're gonna go east. I'm in west. Give me a compass. As you notice, I came into this dungeon with one heart missing. Apparently I overshot my bow. We don't have arrow counts. But somehow it was not allowing me to shoot it. I don't know what the cause of that was. I'm trying to figure that one out, currently myself. But come to this first room, kill the Keeses, get their key, and go back to the first room. Want to go north. As you're gonna find, I'm having to close range the majority of my fights in this place. Come to this room and kill the 3 Vires. They will turn into fire Keeses. When you kill 1 Vire, you get 2 fire Keeses. So 3 Vires meant 9 fire Keeses. Now we have 5 Vires. That makes 10 fire Keeses we're going to kill. Grab your compass in this room. Use your candle to light up the dark rooms, because some of these are mazes, and if you don't light up the room, you're bumping into a wall trying to feel your way around. And I am losing more hearts. We're going to go back to the last room. We're going to go north from here. And when you come back to a room that had Vires before, they apparently have regenerated, respawned. We've had, now in past dungeons, past situations, when we return to an area, the enemies we've killed, they've stayed dead. They never respawn, but these do. And they are really making me have to work for it. I had attempted to try to use my boomerang at one point, and it just went right through them. I tried to go back to my bow, see if I was finally able to shoot anything. It still was not working. I don't understand what happened there. But we're going to come north, grab the key, kill the Keeses. I'm going to go west into another dark room, light it up so you can see what's going on in here. I mean, you can kind of see a little bit, but kind of helps to know if we're going to run into a wall or not. I mean, with these things jumping around. Now, you can kind of use the walls as barriers between you and them and still try to stab through. But your best angles are going to be either stabbing upwards or stabbing to the side if you're at a corner spot. Otherwise, stabbing downwards, you got too much block in the way. After you kill these guys off, let's go north. We're gonna come in here, and now we have black, I was gonna call them blobs. Might as well be. I keep one, refer to them as choo-choo jellies. Zoles is what they are. I was racking my brain for that name. When you come in here, you have 2 bubbles. Watch out for it. It's bad enough I already have to close range on these guys. Now we have a little river in between me and the other path, and we can't get across. So how do we ever get to that door? So we're gonna go east. We're gonna take out the Vires in here. And the more I continue this dungeon on, the more I am bleeding. I came into this with the hopes and prospect that someone would be generous enough to drop a heart, maybe a fairy. A lot of times in the past dungeons they have. I was hopeful. I came into this dungeon with faith. The joke was on me. Or was it? Come to east and take out the 2 Zoles and take out the 2 lights. Careful with the lights. They will try to swallow you up, suck the life out of you before they possibly decide to have the kindness to spit you back out. if you do get sucked in, you can still stab them from inside of their mouths. All right, now push the block to the left, up. I'm getting bubble shocked. And go down the stairs that it opens up. Come in here and grab your ladder. We will be able to use this as a bridge source. Sorry about that. Watch out for the cases in that room. I should have led with that. We're going to come back to the previous rooms. Make our way across this area. You can use the ladder to Jesus across the water, but you can only do it with per one square spacing. You can't just bridge after bridge after bridge kind of situation. We're gonna come west. And now we have a way to get to the door to the north. Now that I'm really bleeding more, I'm kind of trying to avoid fighting as much as possible. I mean, I came in here all for an altercation, but the altercation is becoming a joke on me. We got a couple of gels in here. We came into this room, but we had no way to get to the map, so we had to find a way around. Come back to this previous room. I decided to give my bow and arrow another test shot. I don't know what allowed it to reactivate, but I am actually kind of glad. Another manhandler. He was a boss in our previous dungeon. Now he's just a sub-boss. As if you remember how to take him out, each of the external claws is what's going to be killing them. So you got to take out the 4 claws. The body does nothing. Except I had a round where my bow finally did stop. So something is causing it to have to regenerate and all. This is why I suggest progress saves. If you're having this much trouble, if you're coming into a dungeon and no one has had the generosity to offer you a heart or a fairy, you might need it. There is still always an alternative way around succeeding. Go north. You're going to come up across an old man. He talks about have you met the fairy in the fountain? There are fairy fountains. Or there's one fairy fountain in this map. Anyone familiar with Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask knows about fairy fountains. Then from here we're going to go east. The haters might call this handicapping, and maybe it is, but it still got me through. And this is not an approach I generally prefer taking, but in a moment of necessity, it became a thing of need, and it got me through. Short of having to restart the whole dungeon. I accidentally placed the bomb in the wrong direction, but somehow it still opened up this wall in here. When we blow this wall up, we're gonna grab the rupees that are in here. I came up north. We could go to the right, but there's just some spike balls. I decided to take an alternative route. My directional compass, because I'm stressing out about my health here in this level. To the east, if you go through the east door, there is those spike balls, but there's a lot of walls in the way. And you'd have to light it up. And considering my health, I really wanted to avoid that. You know how I normally feel in the past about wasting bombs on walls, but in this case, I'm making an exception. So I'm gonna go back down south, where I blew up the wall at. So I went south through that hole again instead of going east. Because there was just a room with spiky balls, and looking at my health, I needed to try to preserve it. I'm coming into this final room before the dungeon boss, and I'm starting to do some more progress saves. In this room, there are some fires. We're going to take them out. The door to the dungeon boss is a triggered door. To take out the enemies, after they are dead, we will push the left block. Trying to buy some time while I'm killing off these guys. But push the left block up and it opens our door to the dungeon. Say hello to Gleelock, a two-headed dragon, and then later on we will come across another three-headed and four-headed. But right now we just got the two-headed to deal with. I highly recommend, if you're in bad shape as I am, progress save. I want to prove my point behind why this is actually still helpful, despite if anyone thinks it's handicapping, and even if it is, it might very well be. But if you are a new boot and you're struggling a great deal with this level, don't feel bad. You got a gamer of over 30 years having the bad luck on this dungeon right now. And this is an opportunity to see you're not the only one. Here, I'm going to do a progress save. And I'm going to be progress saving my way through this fight. Because I don't have anyone around to drop health or fairies for me. So, you got to strike the body. Arrows won't work, nor will the boomerangs. So I did a lot of progress saving and getting hit and getting killed. I said strike the bodies, but actually you also want to be striking the heads. It looks pretty bad. I agree. Well, this is the perk that the Switch 2 offers is a perk that the classic Nintendo never had. If you died, you'd get spawned to the front of the dungeon and would have to start all over again. So, do what you gotta do if you want to get through this dungeon. And it's kind of like playing chess. You know, when you get defeated, you can kind of backtrack, take a look at what you might have overlooked or missed. So you can take a different approach. Because there's always a maneuver, a strategy, a direction you can alternate. Change up from previous attempt. That's going to lead you to a win. Once you get it to a certain point, one head is gonna fly off. It's gonna be moving around the room, shooting its stuff at you. You still gotta work on that last head. Kill off the last head, collect your heart container, and go collect your fourth Triforce piece. And that is the snake. One of many reasons not to be so concerned about, possibly dying, and why, obviously you need to watch out for that. But you see that when I got to the end of the level, I knew my health would get recapped. So, we have a little world collection to do. Now that we have our ladder and to help us bridge across certain areas, we're going to collect a heart piece and a new wrist brace, and a new sword, 3 collection items to pick up, and then we will go to our next dungeon, the Lizard. So, the peahats. You've seen me pass by them a lot. You gotta wait for them to stop to be able to take them out. Take out the Octorok. Watch out for the River Zoras. We're gonna go east, 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 east. Just keep going east. Just keep going east. You don't have to go Clint Eastwood, but just go east. East. Up until this point, I kind of made a mistake. I went, well, no, next section. Never mind. Hold on. Keep going east. There was, I walked myself into a dead end. Right, after this square, technically you want southeast. See, we can't go east through a wall. So I came back out here, we gotta go south. We're basically going all the way to the ocean, to the eastern ocean, to the eastern beach. So keep going east. Go north, and we have our ladder. We can bridge over to that heart piece. I'm trying my best to take better care of my health this time, so I don't have to deal with the next dungeon the way I did this one. We're gonna go north after we get the heart piece or the heart container, and then we're gonna be going westwards. We go north, go west, and we're gonna keep going west. We're gonna go far west until we meet a river. We're gonna go west until we find a river that now we can bridge across. Before we could not. Just keep going west. Continue west. Continue west. Watch out for all the peahats. And the River Zora. And go west. Across the river. And now we're going to go south. Unless you want to walk into a wall. Now we're going to go west. We're going to go north. Then west. Then west. No, wait, no, okay. Right here, the Armos, the northeasternmost Armos. Duck Goose his head, tag him. When he moves away, grab the new wrist brace. So now we have new abilities with this wrist brace. We're gonna go west and then south, then west. We gotta go get our sword. We're gonna go west. As I mentioned before, I'm streaming 30-second increments from my Switch and then putting them onto a device that has no capture card. I only have limited space and I'm having my editing process is meshing all these. So as you saw, I went into the graveyard as I went west and then north, and I moved the second to the right middle tombstone. After we're done desecrating that tombstone for the new sword, we are going to go east and continue going east. Watch out for the linos. Then we're going to go northwest. We're going to take out these linos, and we want the left rock pushed up. A stair will open up. We want the right staircase. Take the right staircase. We're going to come out in a new part, at another part of the map. We've been here before. We're gonna go west. Go west. Then, as if we had nothing else better to do, let's just go north. Seriously, go north. I said go north. I'm messing with you. Just keep going north. If you think I'm messing with you, I'm really not. So, okay. Now that we've gone north, repeating the map like over and over until I finally gave in, we are now in the dungeon, the Lizard. Do a progress save here, and I will see you in the next video. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below. I hope this was still at least helpful or entertaining, one or the other. And I will see you in the Lizard Dungeon.